You know, I've made the suggestion to other Leaf fans that do happen to follow my channel, and I will make it again, that the Leaf Report is absolutely a must follow if you don't listen to the Leaf Report. There's always such interesting tidbits in that podcast. I absolutely love it. It's with James Myrtle and Jonas Siegel. It's really in-depth analysis, and it's like they always bring on insiders, which I absolutely love. Now, we know that the Maple Leafs have been looking for a center with term. You know, at first in my last couple of Maple Leaf videos, you know, I've been looking at centers without term, maybe like a Yanni Gourde going to UFA. Now, it does seem that that is not what the Maple Leafs are looking for. And interestingly enough, they had Chris Johnson on, and he was pointing to a couple of names. And one that really stood out to me that he did, in fact, mention was Ryan Strome. Now, I know he has toiled away for a long, well, he's playing in Anaheim right now. He played for the Rangers and the Islanders for a while. This actually might make a lot more sense than you guys think. Now, he's a former number 5 overall pick in the 2011 draft, and he has blossomed into a decent little scorer. Now, I would not by any means say that he is, I still don't think he was worth a 5th round pick, right? Like, I don't think that he should have been drafted that high. But again, guys, centers are and always will be at a premium in the National Hockey League, right? And he can play center. He has pretty good puck smarts and quickness. Although he doesn't skate that well, he still has good quickness off his edges. He's currently 31 years old, and as he's gotten a little bit older, he has actually improved his play away from the puck. Now, the main criticism of what I'm saying from the other side that might disagree with me on this player, or Chris Johnson for that matter, is that he struggled earlier on in his career playing away from the puck. He wasn't like a particularly great defensive player, and as we all know, if you're a centerman in the National Hockey League, you do need to come down low more. You do need to help your defenseman out more. It's not as simple as just streaking up and down the wing, forechecking, and you know, wing is a much more simple position to play, which is why whenever I watch Max Domi play, sometimes he's better on the center position, and that's always been confusing to me because, as everybody knows that knows anything about hockey, center is significantly harder to play than wing, right? I think defense is probably one of the harder positions to play in the NHL, or goaltending, but yeah, the center's up there anyways, right? Now, he does have a little bit of size as well. He's 6'1", and he's a right-hand shooting center. So that's obviously good depending on which side you want him to win faceoffs on. Now, this player absolutely does have term left on his deal. He is currently on year 3 out of 5 in his contract. So this is a player that definitely, you're not going to just be able to get rid of him. No, I'm completely fine with that, though. Think about it. I mean, he's only 31. So this contract will come off the books when he's 33-ish, 34-ish. Strome has never been fleet of foot in terms of straight line speed. So I think that he'll be able to deal well into his mid-30s. Obviously, there is a little bit of concern about that, though, right? You are certainly committing to this player, but as we know, the Maple Leafs have been looking for a long-term solution there, right? So this isn't just. They don't. I understand why the Leafs want to do this, right? It makes a lot of sense because if you just give up an asset, it sucks to let it walk out the door. You know, I'm very consistent with my analysis on this. I hate it when teams just give up assets just for a player to walk out the door, but that's how it is when you're in the NHL. So I understand that the Leafs are trying to do this first and foremost of getting a player that they can keep around for a couple of years. They did that with Jake Muzzin, right? And honestly, that actually worked out okay with them, albeit Jake Muzzin is no longer healthy. Now, the biggest caveat in this is going to be that Ryan Strome is getting paid $5 million per season. Now, if the Anaheim Ducks, who are bad and they're not going to be good for a little while, are going to, like, if they are willing to give up, if we have to give up an asset to them, let's say we give up a true asset to acquire Strome. Let's say we're willing to give up Ben Danford and like a pick or something like that, like a true, like, decent prospect and a pick for a player like that, I know that might raise a lot of eyebrows, but at the end of the day, you have to be willing to give up something to get something, especially if he's a center. You're going to have to give up something. There's no doubt about it. And would they be willing to retain some salary? Would they be willing to retain something like $2 million? That's something that I think the Leafs should absolutely consider. I'm not sure if I would do it at $5 million, though. That's where I'm questioning it. Now, do the Anaheim Ducks want to retain that much salary? Probably not. You're going to have to negotiate that or involve possibly a third rebuilding team. Something like that might have to get done. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this just because of the amount he's getting paid. I generally like this player, though. I think it's a long-term solution for a veteran center that's still within his late prime that solves the Leafs center position into the future. And you guys have to remember one thing, that he gets paid a lot more than you think. Like, a lot of people are going to look at that $5 million, but you have to understand how much. I'm telling you right now, when July 1st rolls around, you can come back to this video, and I'm telling you, all of these centers are going to get paid like crazy. Look what Chandler Stevenson got. That guy got paid like crazy. Is Chandler Stevenson really worth what he's getting? Of course not, right? So I'm an advocate for the Leafs trying to figure out their center position before it starts to screw them over, right? Because if they wait till UFA, they're going to have to overpay like lunatics. I'm telling you right now, they're going to have to overpay. So that's why I want the Leafs to get it done now. So this is why when Chris Johnson, that is, was mentioning this, I actually agree with him on this. This is a big option for the Leafs, and they absolutely should consider it. Anyways, I am going to leave this video there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, guys, and make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.